Welcome to The Explainer. Let's jump right in. Today we're unpacking a seriously brilliant case study from BizInsight Consulting. We're looking at an architectural masterclass, specifically how you can take a clunky, overwhelming ERP interface and transform it into a streamlined, user-friendly powerhouse. How? By building a custom UI on top of Oracle Fusion SaaS and heavily leveraging Oracle Apex, OIC, and Fusion SaaS APIs. So let's set the stage with a question that was driving a mid-sized distribution company absolutely crazy. Why on earth does it take 2 full days to learn how to enter a single sales order? Their sales team, over 40 people, was just drowning in standard enterprise software. They were struggling with daily tasks that really should have been second nature. Here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover the broken user experience, the 3-layer architecture, building a smarter UI with Apex, seamless integration via OIC, and finally, those real-world business outcomes. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the broken user experience, and what happens when comprehensive becomes complicated. The root of the issue here is a classic paradox. Standard enterprise UIs are built for everyone, which unfortunately means they're effectively optimized for no one. Oracle Fusion's standard order entry UI is, without a doubt, genuinely comprehensive. But if you're on a sales team where speed is everything, that meant staring at a screen packed with tabs you never open and fields you literally never use. And the real-world impact of all that complexity? It was severe, especially for an 800-employee company. Like we mentioned, it meant 2 full days of training just to learn order entry. It caused a ton of errors that constantly needed the ops team to step in and fix. And honestly, the worst part was salespeople building their own rogue spreadsheet workarounds just to get their daily jobs done. So, how do we fix it? That brings us to Section 2, 3 layers, 3 responsibilities, and taking a smart architecture approach. The absolute crucial point here is drawing a hard line to create 3 distinct layers, each with a single responsibility. This is exactly how you effectively leverage those SaaS APIs. You have Oracle Apex handling the user experience, data capture, and early validation. Then, Oracle Integration Cloud, or OIC, acts as the plumbing. It manages the transformation and payload delivery. And finally, Oracle Fusion sits safely at the back, owning the data as the ultimate system of record through its published REST APIs. Let's zoom in on that first layer, Section 3, Smarter UI with Apex, and streamlining the front door. The contrast here is honestly night and day. On one side, the standard Fusion UI throws every possible field at you, which is totally overwhelming. But the custom Apex screen? It smartly categorizes fields into always, sometimes, and never needed. By actually sitting down with the sales team to strip away the never needed junk and tucking the sometimes needed stuff into a simple options menu, they slashed training time in half. And that was before writing a single validation rule. But, a clean interface isn't just about hiding fields, right? It's about smart, immediate feedback. Take the credit limit check, for example. This is an Apex validation that queries a customer's current credit exposure directly from Fusion. It shifts the validation all the way to the left, instantly warning a rep if an order pushes a customer over their limit. No more waiting around for a back-end failure after hitting submit. And it's the exact same story for inventory. The item availability check uses Apex to cross-reference orders against a scheduled job that refreshes every 15 minutes from Fusion. So it catches those super common out-of-stock mistakes right on the spot, while the rep is still actively building the order. Finally, we have the really complex pricing rules. Things like customer-specific volume breaks or promotional overrides. These get validated via a quick, lightweight OIC check. It's a brilliant move that flags any pricing deviations before the order ever formally reaches Fusion. All right, moving down the stack, Section 4, seamless integration via OIC and keeping your plumbing clean. To keep this whole system highly maintainable, the design choices for OIC are actually really fascinating. Its focus is deliberately narrow. Its job is strictly transformation and delivery. It enforces absolutely zero business logic itself. They intentionally kept all of that up in Apex. OIC just returns clean, structured, human-readable error responses and leaves all the token management entirely to the Apex layer upstream. So, when a user finally clicks submit, this gorgeous 6-step sequence kicks off. It smoothly walks through a final validation pass, assembles the JSON payload, calls the OIC API, receives the response, logs the whole thing, and finishes up by giving the salesperson a crystal clear result. I really want to highlight step 5 here, the audit log. Having a dedicated application layer audit log turned out to be an invaluable tool for the operations team. BizInsight Consulting explicitly noted they've never regretted this decision. Having that exact timestamp and payload made troubleshooting a breeze and literally settled customer billing disputes on the spot. Okay, so what does this all add up to? Section 5, Real-World Business Outcomes and the True Impact of a Custom Front Door. Post-go-live, the impact was absolutely massive. Order entry time dropped by a staggering 60% compared to using the standard Fusion UI. 60%! And remember that grueling onboarding process? The time it took to train a brand new salesperson plummeted from 2 full days down to just 2 hours. Best of all, because of those smart Apex validations we talked about, submission errors that actually required operations to intervene dropped by over 80%. That is a game-changing operational win. But of course, every project is a learning opportunity. Behind the scenes, the consulting team took away some great lessons for the future. Like, definitely involve ops earlier to design your audit log queries properly. Trust your synchronous API calls for pricing because they average under 400 milliseconds anyway. And always build your UI menus modularly because you know the business is going to ask for new fields later on. Hats off to BizInsight Consulting. With over 14,000 flawlessly captured orders logged, they definitively proved that you absolutely do not have to change your data model or core system to revolutionize your user experience. By layering Apex and OIC right on top of Oracle Fusion SaaS, you can completely redefine how your teams work. Which leaves us with one final provocative thought. Looking at your own enterprise systems today, what UX improvements have you been wrongly putting on your not possible list? I really hope this explainer empowered you to rethink your architecture. Thanks for hanging out with me, and keep learning.